Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Tania and I have been living undiagnosed for more than 11 years. If this is your first time stopping by, I have left the link below for the very first video in this series. As an overview, I have seizure-like episodes. Some people say it looks like a stroke. I experience a large wave of numbness, muscle clamping, weakness, tremors, slurred or loss of speech, the inability to walk. These episodes can be brought on by looking up, by head position. It can also be brought on by being overstimulated. So like watching TV for too long, playing video games, staring at a computer screen for longer than I need to. The only thing so far that has helped is taking large doses of omega-3 and making sure that I get enough rest. Now, over the last few years, I have received a few diagnoses, including Chiari-1 malformation type 1, which is a brain disorder, and I've also been diagnosed with celiac. Now, both of these can cause neurological damage and could potentially be contributing to these episodes, if not causing these episodes. I've had 3 neurologists tell me that I do not need a brain surgery. And the celiac disease, I have been gluten-free for about 3 months and it has not made a major impact. There has been some improvement with the ability to stare at a computer screen for a little bit longer, and I can also do a little bit more, but the episodes themselves have not gone away. So I reached this point where no other medical professional was able or willing to assist me any further. They were all kind of at the end of their rope saying, hey, I don't know what to do to help you now. I can't refer you to anybody else. I am on one waiting list from a referral that was sent in 2018, in February of 2018. So I've been waiting for 2.5 years for this appointment. Now this appointment is a psychological neurologist who may be looking at reviewing the possibility of having a functional neurological disorder, which is a whole lot to explain, but I talk about it more in a different video. So reaching this point, I decided to go to a naturopathic doctor. It's something I've considered for a few years, but I just didn't quite push myself to the point of getting there. Well, I reached that point in 2020, among other things, happening in 2020. When I first met the naturopathic doctor, it was on the phone. We had a 1-hour appointment and we discussed my entire medical history, all the tests that I've experienced, which has been a lot. We ended up going with a heavy metals test. He felt that it was a very good possibility that heavy metal poisoning or heavy metal toxicity could be causing some of my symptoms, and he wanted to rule it out first. I'll explain to you a little bit about this heavy metals test and how it works. So you buy this kit. You take it home, you take a urine sample first thing in the morning, and you collect it in a little cup like you do when you go to the doctor's or the lab. And then you take 10 pills. I don't remember the name of these pills, but there was 10 of them in a little baggie, and I had to take every single one of them. So I take these 10 pills, and over a period of 6 hours, I do not eat anything, and I collected my urine in a bag. Yes, I bagged my own urine, and I kept it in the fridge. Very fun. Then I had to shake the pee and pour it into these little cups, these little tubes, and then I had to mail my pee away to the United States from Canada, because apparently that's where the lab is that does such an extensive, thorough chemical analysis of urine. I got my test results back, and guess what? I have high heavy metals toxicity in my system. I have 3 times the normal amount of lead in my system. I also have 5 times the normal amount of mercury in my system. Now, all of this can do neurological damage. This can cause tremors and seizure-like episodes and numbness and tingling and other things that I never would have thought of, like gingivitis. There's a lot of symptoms, a lot of crazy stuff that you can get with having a high heavy metal toxicity. I was a little shocked to receive this news. It's not something that I would have considered looking at, and I don't think that my doctor really considered looking at it. At one point we might have done a brief test, but according to the naturopathic doctor, it takes a very certain pill and test to pull the metals into your urine so that they can do the proper test required. So I was a little bit surprised. I'm like, hey, should I be telling my family doctor? And the naturopathic doctor says, well, you can, but honestly, your medical doctor is trained differently and might not have gone this route, have limited experience on what to do next. Now, I was a little bit skeptical going to a naturopathic at first. It's not something I've ever done in my life, and no one that I know has, except I found out that I had, some coworkers that had great experiences with the exact same naturopathic doctor. So I'm taking him at his word, and I'm going to follow his instructions and see if it helps. As per his instructions, step 1 is to do a detox. I am now taking about 4 different supplements and another special pill that helps draw the heavy metals out of my body, and it will come out through, sweating, urine, bowel movements. So during this time, I'm also on an organic diet, and I can't have anything, I shouldn't be putting anything in my body that could contain heavy metals. Well, pesticides could contain heavy metals, and therefore that is why I'm on an organic diet. Now, at the end of every day, I also have to do a castor oil pack. And this is where you take like a cloth or some sort of material. I used a hand towel because that's what I had. And you drench it in castor oil, and then you lay it across your body over your liver area and your abdomen. And then you cover it in plastic, cover it in a towel, and you get a heating pad and put it on top. And I guess what this is supposed to do is encourage your liver to dispense all of the poisoning or whatever chemicals out of your liver. It's like a liver cleansing. So I have to hold that on for about 30 to 45 minutes every night. Now, how long is this cleanse going to take? 9 weeks. So for 9 weeks, I'm going to be detoxing and cleansing my system and on an organic diet. I expect I'll lose some weight. So at the end of this 2 months, if it has not improved or cleared up these episodes, then he's suggesting we move to the next step, which could be looking for some sort of microorganism in my body. I don't know what anything else involves. All I know is I'm going to go through this cleanse, going to try to get rid of as much heavy metal toxicity from my body as I can, and then I'm going to contact him again, and I have another appointment at the end of November, and then we'll see where we go from here. So overall, when you look at everything, okay, Chiari-1 malformation type 1 can cause all these symptoms, even though they tell me that it's not causing the symptoms. Number 2, celiac disease can cause neurological damage as well in the back of your brain, which is the same area where the Chiari malformation is. Number 3, the possibility of having functional neurological disorder, FND, is another possibility for causing all of these episodes. Number 4, high heavy metal toxicity. Heavy metals toxicity can also cause all of these symptoms. Now, I don't know which one of these would affect the whole looking up aspect of it. My thought is that the Chiari malformation, it just makes all the sense in the world. But again, 3 neurologists have looked at the MRI, and 3 of them told me you don't need brain surgery. It just makes sense to me, because if I'm looking up and it's causing these episodes, it means there's pressure on my spinal cord, right? So, I don't know, I'm just going to keep going back to this Chiari malformation and thinking that this is one of the causes. I wish that Winnipeg had a specialist for Chiari. Most of the Chiari specialists are in the States. And right now with COVID, I have absolutely zero hope of getting down there to see one of them. Nor do I want to, because I really don't want to cross any kind of borders or do any kind of traveling right now. So as it sits, I am doing the cleanse for 2 months, and I'm still on a waiting list for a psychological neurologist to review the possibility of having some sort of emotional damage. It's kind of weird to think about that. So I'll probably not post another video until the end of the 2 months, and I will update you on exactly how I'm feeling and to see if this cleanse worked. And if it hasn't, then maybe I'll share with you what my next step is, because right now I'm not 100% sure. Thank you for joining me today. If you like this video, Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to continue watching more of my videos. Have a great day. Goodbye. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Tania and I have been living undiagnosed for more than 11 years. If this is your first time stopping by,